If you're like me, and I bet you are in that we're both human, I bet you know what it's like to be really into something and suddenly see yourself from outside your enthusiasm for it. The bubble pops. It can be startling, even disturbing. Or seeing someone who you think can't be happy, an old person sitting alone at a restaurant, and wondered how they're okay with who they are. As I age, I recognize how it's done. They're being, not seeing themselves. There's comfort in just being, not seeing oneself. So much comfort that just be becomes appealing spiritual guidance, a relief from the disturbing second guessing of seeing oneself. Such spiritual guidance is often confused with another practice, observing yourself, which takes practice because it can be so uncomfortable. The term for it is autophobia, fear of self-knowledge. Autophobia is fear of going meta on oneself, the fear of auto-meta. You probably also know the uplift of seeing yourself. I associate it with walking through airports alone at 13 on my way to boarding school. I get this look at me now all grown up feeling. I also know what it's like to cry, observing myself with compassion and sympathy for what a virtuous soul I am. It's the feeling that makes people feel like their lives would make a magnificent novel. Autometa, looking at oneself as if from outside oneself, is called introspection. We think of it as going inward to find our authentic self, but it's more like applying to ourselves the uniquely human empathy we can have for others. And it's complicated. There's being, which we have in common with all creatures. Then there's observing ourselves affirmingly, like me at 13 feeling all grown up. I call that second yesing oneself. When someone is lost in a thrilling monologue, there's often a bit of second yesing, revving oneself up on agreeing with oneself. You step out of yourself, but as yourself. It's like, are you a good doggy? Yes, you are a good doggy. Applied to oneself, an echo chamber of one. It can be so engrossing that you lose sight of your audience. And then there's that startling observation of yourself as others might see you. We have mixed feelings about that. We call it self-awareness like it's a good thing. We also call it self-consciousness like it's a bad thing. It's ironic that you can't get narcissists to look at themselves, since it's named after a guy who couldn't stop looking at himself. Narcissus was looking at his surface self, second-yesing rather than second-guessing himself. He drowns when he falls beneath the surface, as would any narcissist if they saw themselves startlingly. When you wonder how narcissists and cultists can sleep with themselves or spout nonsense they don't notice is nonsense, there's your answer. Their autophobia is working. They're avoiding going autometa. They're in it, being, not seeing themselves. Nazis do not see themselves. They're second-yesing themselves to their heart's content.